Imagine ruling nearly half of the known world, commanding armies of hundreds of thousands, building roads so strong they still exist 2,000 years later. Now imagine losing it all. The greatest empire of the ancient world didn't fall in a single battle. It collapsed slowly from power, ambition, and enemies on every side. This is the story of Rome. More than 2,000 years ago, a small settlement stood beside a quiet river in central Italy. It looked like any other village, simple homes, small farms, a few hundred people trying to survive. Nothing about it suggested that one day the city would dominate the ancient world. But that settlement had a name: Rome. Within a few centuries, Roman armies would conquer vast territories stretching from Britain to Egypt and from Spain to the Middle East. At its height, the Roman Empire ruled tens of millions of people. Its roads connected continents. Its laws shaped governments. Its ideas influenced civilizations for thousands of years. For generations, Rome seemed unstoppable. But history teaches us something important. Even the greatest empires eventually fall. The story of Rome begins nearly 2,800 years ago. According to ancient tradition, the city was founded in 753 BCE. But its origin begins with a strange and powerful legend. Two infant twins, Romulus and Remus, abandoned beside the Tiber River, left alone to die. Then something extraordinary happened. A she-wolf discovered them. Instead of attacking the helpless babies, she protected them. Years later, the twins grew into strong young men. They returned to the place where they had once been abandoned. There, they decided to build a city. But ambition can divide even brothers. A fierce argument erupted over who should rule. The conflict turned violent, and in the end, Romulus killed Remus. Romulus became the first ruler of the new city, Rome. In the early years, Rome was ruled by kings. But in 509 BCE, the Romans did something revolutionary. They overthrew their king and created a new system of government, the Roman Republic. Instead of one ruler controlling everything, power would now be shared. Elected officials governed the state, and the powerful Senate advised the Republic. Rome's greatest strength wasn't politics, it was its army. Roman soldiers were famous for their discipline and training. They fought in tight formations. They followed strict commands. And above all, they were loyal to Rome. Across the Mediterranean stood another powerful civilization, a wealthy trading empire, Carthage. Soon Rome and Carthage would clash in one of history's greatest rivalries, the Punic Wars. During these wars, one man nearly destroyed Rome. His name was Hannibal. In 218 BC, he launched one of the most daring invasions in history. Instead of attacking by sea, he marched across the Alps, a frozen mountain range believed impossible to cross, and with him were war elephants. For years, Hannibal defeated Roman armies again and again. Entire legions were wiped out. At times it seemed Rome might collapse. But Rome refused to surrender. Instead of chasing Hannibal, they attacked Carthage itself. The strategy worked. In 146 BCE, Carthage was destroyed. The Mediterranean world now belonged to Rome. As Rome grew richer, its politics became more dangerous. Powerful generals gained influence. One man rose above them all: Julius Caesar, a brilliant military commander who conquered Gaul. His victories made him powerful and feared. In 49 BC, Caesar made a decision that changed history forever. He marched his army across the Rubicon River. This act meant rebellion. Civil war began, and Caesar would win. The Senate declared Caesar dictator for life, but many feared he would become king. So they made a deadly decision: On March 1544 BCE, Caesar entered the Senate chamber. He never walked out. After Caesar's death, Rome plunged into chaos. Years of civil war followed, until one man finally emerged victorious: Augustus. In 27 BCE, he became the first emperor of Rome. The Roman Empire had begun. Under Augustus, Rome entered a golden age, the Pax Romana. Nearly 200 years of peace and prosperity. Roman engineers built roads across continents. Aqueducts carried water into great cities. And giant arenas like the Colosseum entertained massive crowds. But by the 3rd century, the empire began to weaken. Emperors were assassinated. Politics became unstable. The economy struggled, and new enemies approached Rome's borders. During this crisis, one emperor made a bold decision. Constantine the Great moved the capital east to a new city, Constantinople, a powerful city between Europe and Asia. But the empire was now divided. In 410 CE, the unthinkable happened. The city of Rome was attacked. The Visigoths stormed the ancient capital. For centuries, Rome had seemed invincible. Now it had fallen. But the final collapse came later. In 476 CE, a Germanic leader named Odoacer removed the last Roman emperor from power. The young emperor's name was Romulus Augustulus. With his removal, the Western Roman Empire ended. But Rome's story did not truly end. The Eastern Empire survived for nearly 1,000 more years. And Rome's ideas continued shaping the world. Roman law, Latin languages, architecture, engineering. Even today, the legacy of Rome still surrounds us. From a small village beside a river to the greatest empire of the ancient world, Rome changed history forever. Its rise was legendary. Its fall was inevitable. And its legacy still echoes through time. This is Echo of History, where the past still speaks.